Hello lads, back again finally, back on the bike, on the hawk. It's been too long lads. I think well guys, I feel like I've let you down. It's how many miles on the odometer? 1306. Still having a great time on the bike. I've got one of me best mates here. Why don't you give me a hand?
Great to be here, mate.
All right, great to have you. And we're going to talk a little bit about today about when you're considering buying either a bike or an ATV, which you've certainly seen in the background if you've seen any of my other videos. And if you have a limited budget, it can really make it's a really worthwhile conversation to have because, as you know, I spent $850 on this bike. Really a great deal for a very capable machine, a machine capable of taking you anywhere on the city streets or out in the country. Great tires for dirt travel. But let's just say you were in the $2,000 range and you didn't know what to buy. You thought, well, I could buy a dirt bike or I could buy an ATV. And there's great things about both. And my best mate over here, he really kind of prefers the ATV, the good old Eiger. And I say, I feel a little bit bad because, you know, with me, it's all about the hawk. It's about the hawk, and it's about getting out on the hawk. I find it a little bit more involving, personally, just me being on something where I'm shifting gears over and over again, and I'm modulating the power and the torque to the rear wheel, and something like this. As I think my mate will tell you,
it's like riding on your recliner.
Yeah, very much like that. Like riding on a recliner. You're like riding on a throne. And it's great. It really, it's terrific. But
very comfortable.
Yeah, but it's not like you're not I don't know what.
You have to work very hard to ride that bike.
Yeah, but yeah, if you call this the bike, yeah, you don't have to work hard. But there's something about riding on the hawk that's just somehow more involving. And but if you've got, say, $2,000 to spend, you can probably get an early 2000s ATV, in this case an Eiger, Suzuki. This is a 400. One of the kind of downfalls of this particular model is a solid rear axle. A lot of these come with independent suspension on the rear, and it's not something that I like to really take over the road for a long period, just because I can't get the feel and the sense of the road. I like the speed, the changing of the gears, and the ability to go to the market if I want to pick up something quickly. You know, this is street legal, guys. I can take it someplace. It's great fun, and the other's great fun too. But it's kind of numb. When you ride it, it's kind of soft, and you know,
very cushy.
It's cushy. It is cushy, and I think it's really more suited to to something like this, and I think we'll do an episode of this in the near future. One of my great loves is beautiful artwork, and this is a painting I picked up recently. I didn't paint this myself. I will do an episode, I think, in the future about this. This appears to be a Bob Ross style, and here's a B. I can only assume that whoever did this had a first initial of a B and first to last name. I don't know. I got it for free from a good friend. This is a wet-on-wet oil technique, very likely. Kind of a scenery. Bob Ross, the gent with the big afro. Sadly, he's died. Really a gentle spirit. A guy I really, really enjoyed. And I've made paintings like this too, guys. And I'm eager to show you these. I look at this painting, and mate, if you wouldn't mind getting the model from over there, the Eiger, I kind of like to go into this a little further. This type of terrain really mixed with the mountains and hills, and forgive me, guys, I don't have this out of the package. When I got my Eiger, I also got this model. The gent that sold this to me owned the dealership, and he had all these Eiger models, and I was really hoping to kind of roll it around and give it a little idea of what kind of goes over the terrain here. But this is ideal for this. Even with my bike, the Hawk, the venerable Hawk, it's not suited for this. It's really suited for even trails, I think. It's not really all-terrain vehicle. And if you're talking about a $2,000 investment, you kind of enjoy having these big tires if you're going totally off-road. That means into the water, into the woods, into this very mixed terrain, very rocky. It's ideally suited for that. And it's something to just bear in mind. I mean, $2,000 is a lot of money, even for me. I use my ATV mostly for plowing the driveway. And it's great for that. And I enjoy riding it. It's fun. And if I lived in an area like this and say this was my backyard, this might be what I own, and only the thing I own. But in my circumstance, I like to go to the market. I like to go get things, and I like to be on the street, and I like it all to be legal. So for me, as I often say, it's all about the Hawk. It's always about the Hawk for me. It's a cheap transportation. It's really easy to get around. And it's quick. It's fun. It's fuel efficient. And it's just great. And I'll just have my mate say just one last thing about the Eiger. First impressions, Eiger versus Hawk. Go ahead.
The Eiger is quite nice. It's like riding on your recliner.